In this video, we'll cover how to build an app from within Corona Simulator and then load the app onto an Android-powered device. We covered how to do this for iOS in a separate video. Before we continue, there are a few important points to be aware of. You don't need to install the Android SDK. However, you will need to install the x86 32-bit version of the Java 6 development kit if you're using Windows. You can download the Java 6 development kit from the Oracle website. The Android build process generates a standard APK file. You can build and test apps on Android devices without creating a Google developer account, but you will need an account if you wish to publish to the Google Play Marketplace. The current price of the program is $25, managed and mandated by Google. Corona SDK only supports Android devices that run Android 2.2 or higher with an ARM v7 processor. This can create some confusion because ARM processors are identified by both a family and an architecture. Family names do not have a V in them. For instance, the ARM7 processor is actually an ARM v3 architecture and ARM11 is an ARM v6 architecture. You can find more information to help identify the various processors on the Wikipedia website. Because Google occasionally changes their processes in subtle ways, it's not practical to cover the entire process in this video. Instead, refer to our comprehensive guide on building for Android devices. Java package name. When you build an Android app using Corona, you must specify a package name. In general, you can specify any package name you like, but it must be chosen carefully because it should be unique to your application. The traditional Java scheme is to use the reverse domain format like com.acme, then append the name of the app. For example, com.acme.catchafish would be a good package name, assuming you own the acme.com domain name. In some cases, the package name that results from using reverse domain format may not be valid. It must be modified before Corona will build your Android app. This would be true in any of the following three cases. 1. The package name contains a hyphen or other special character, such as com.3-amigos, for example. In this case, convert the special character to an underscore so it becomes com.3_amigos. 2. The package name contains a digit or other invalid character at the beginning of an identifier, such as com.3amigos, for example. In this case, prefix that part of the package name with an underscore so it becomes com._3amigos. And 3. The package name contains a keyword such as com.private.idaho, for example. In this case, prefix that part of the package name with an underscore so it becomes com._private.idaho. Building the app. One important note before we proceed. Building for Android often involves some very specific build settings to ensure that apps work as expected. These settings are configured separately within a build.settings file located in your core project folder. This topic is too large to cover in a single video, so please refer to the reference guide located on the Corona Labs website for specific details. Once you're satisfied with your build.settings, you can build the app for Android devices. This process is accomplished as follows. With your project open in the Corona Simulator, select File, Build, Android. This will present you with a dialog box where you can specify a few required parameters. Application name. This is where you name your app. By default, this is set to the folder name that contains your project. Version code. This must be an integer. Each time you update your app, you must increase the version code. It corresponds to the version code item specified on the Android developer site and is not visible to users. Version name. This is where you specify a version name for your app. Package. This should match the Java package name that we discussed earlier. Minimum SDK version. Android 2.2 is the minimum version available at this time. Target App Store. Select Google Play from the pull-down list. Key store, key alias. An essential part of building for Android is to digitally sign your app using a key store. This process is very specific, so please consult the Android build guide located on the Corona Labs website for more details. Save to folder. This is where the APK file will be written. Do not set this to your project folder. When you're sure of all the settings, click the Build button. You must have an active internet connection while building, and you may be asked to log in before the build process begins. If so, enter the email address and password you used to register with Corona Labs. Installing the app. There are 3 methods to install your app on an Android device. You cannot simply copy the APK file over to the device. 1. Install using the Android SDK. If you have already installed the Android SDK, use the command adb install -r your-app.apk. 2. Download from a web server. Upload the .apk to a web server. Next, point your Android device's web browser to the file's URL to download the app to the device. Finally, click on the file in the download history to install it. If this method fails and the application downloads as a text file, you may need to add the following configuration line to a .htaccess file in the applications directory on the web server. Also, you should set your device to install non-market applications if you're using debug.keystore. To do this, click the settings icon on the device, select Applications, and then check the box next to Unknown Sources. The third option is to use an app installer. You can obtain an app installer from Google Play to assist you with the process of loading the APK onto the device for installation. And that's an overview of how to build your Android app and load it onto your device using Corona SDK. Learn more about working with Corona SDK at www.coronalabs.com/university.